Howdy there, Toxic fans. My name's Toxic Peely, and this here's a Toxic video. There ain't nothing better than dying somewhere 100 times, and that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, we're going to kill this shotgun darn panda. I dropped dead 100 times, and this is what happened. So, I caught a severe case of tuberculosis. This one was gonna come down to a good old-fashioned fight. And when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. I dropped right on top of an automatic death. And when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I killed myself. It won't be a pump that kills you every single time. Here I'm trying to get away with my impulse grenade. I killed myself. Game 4 is fixing to be a hot one, and I started killing almost immediately. Armed with nothing but a hunting rifle, I saw my chance to try to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Hey, check out Game 5. I was wearing Mr. Bane. That was strange. You know what wasn't strange? When I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and I ended up dying. Joke's on me though. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I get shotgunned by some guy live streaming. My favorite drop was the basketball court, and if you could hold this staircase, you could die. It was really easy. After looting, I'd kill this shotgun arm default, and in Game 7, I was able to leave with my severe case of tuberculosis. I snuck up on a default with a cum launcher. I was not confident, so I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. And if you watch carefully, you can also enjoy this sweet, sweet death. I died. That was pretty much the coolest thing I did. I killed myself, and then I grabbed my giant gold cock, and then I asserted my dominance using my giant gold cock. That was pretty much the coolest thing I did the entire day. It was a lot of fun using my giant gold cock. Tilted Town got really bad a little faster than usual in Game 9. I blacked out, but I woke up in a massive pile of cock. Whatever, let's just get on with it. I'm going for 3 cocks in a row. I held the high ground and the all-powerful mini cock, so my chances were actually really bad in this one. My arch rival then approached me, but using my impulse grenade, I died. Game 10, I had no cock, and when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. I was really wondering what was gonna happen to Peely when I assert my dominance using my giant gold cock. Oh. Nothing. This definitively proves that Peely is the greatest foreskin of all time. I found a gold cock, and I got a lucky mech spawn. Stonks. And I know you were all wondering what happens when you assert dominance with the mech. Here you go. Now there's 3 people left, and one of them just fucked me. And as my cock ran dry, I switched to my impulse grenade. I fucking killed myself. Game 12, I had my giant cock all to myself. Some free paraphernalia. You always have to be sure to check those shacks for some cocks. Anyway, left my mech and tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died, because you pretty much fucked at this point. Game 13 was bad, for several reasons. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and I'm glad it's over. But this is Game 14. Let's see how it goes. Dad always said going to college wouldn't be worth it, but look at me now. Most games I'd go right to cum lake. The middle of it was a cop, and sometimes you could get some nice easy cum sprays. Now I had the high ground, and the only other player in the match was bad, for several reasons. I shot him for about 12 years. I was not confident, so I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Nothing really going on in Game 15, just the usual. I mean, I guess I fucked a couple guys, but that's pretty regular for asserting my dominance using my giant gold cock. Later, I started shooting my compadres on top of the roof of the farmhouse, which was a bad idea, so I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. I played as Toxic Cock in Game 16. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and at least I killed myself immediately. There's no need to do any of that useless building in Tilted Town. If you've got an impulse grenade, you're dead. Oh, forward fuck game. I killed myself again. That's bad for several reasons. Game 17, right as I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I was killed myself. These no-building shotgun duels can get a little tricky, but I'll tell you that they always end up being pretty fucking hot. I think the whole point of Tilted Town was to take us back to a time in Fortnite where not everyone could fuck cock. I think at the time it wasn't bad. Contrast to everything else going on around Peely's foreskin. Maybe in a world of giant metal death cocks, it's good to go back to bad times. Nah, just kidding. We'll sell it out to TheNotable. Anyway, I didn't win in this game, and when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. And you can already tell that Game 19's over when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. A little shotgun dueling by the outhouses in Game 20. Most of the game was spent in a row. It's season paraphernalia. That's what they wanted. This one was gonna be tough. 1v1, final circle. Other player has come using a purple impulse grenade. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, but he was a smart little soccer skin and killed me pretty quickly. You know, I actually made it to the final circle and played pretty bad in Game 21 as well. Later on though, I fought a guy and messed up trying to get away with my impulse grenade, then died. I'm a toxic man playing on dry cocks and keyboard in Game 22. I'm getting better. My cock can definitely be pretty accurate. But then again, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. The fighting started almost immediately in Game 23, and luckily for me, no one shot my large cock. Now we got 2 foreskins and 3 pockets. There's no way this is ending clean. One chased after a default, and I chased after him. And when the dust settled, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I was dead. Game 24 was a little messy, but I'm Jack Gordon. I'll probably be bad. You can already tell there's no way I'm getting better at securing loot here in Foreskin Town. There's some bad stuff if you know where to look. I'm still not very practiced with this sawed-off shot cock. No, here I missed both shots. Though the other guy hesitated, allowed me to try to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 25, I'm playing unlimited game paraphernalia. The circle's always fast in this game, so it was 100% comp Town. And for all to see in the streets of Town, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died, and I think I'm game now. I was playing the Arse game the entire day. It was a lot of dry comp, and this one ended up being in Town again. Unfortunately, I didn't play as well. Apparently, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 27 is pretty much the most standard dry Arse I can offer. I killed 2 players in the open streets with my comp, and then I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. And then some other guy with a comp killed me. Whoa. Game 28 is labeled inappropriately. Thanks, Arse Knight. I left with a chug comp and found a panda. This game was going pretty bad, but while messing around with my giant fucking comp, I got shot a couple times. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and I missed, and I died. I deserve comp. I had little nuts, but my comp is fucking large. I'm just getting better at dealing with it. Next, I went down to Cum Lake and got 2 more nuts. Later on in Arse Plant, I was attacked by a comp, and when I saw the cum coming at me, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. But as you can see, I miscalculated. This default outside probably should have just fucked my comp. I don't know what his plan was. I feel like it's season 3 Fortnite. I'm getting so good at fucking guys with my comp. And you know, I'm getting a little used to that cum shot as well. Later on, it was a 1v1 in the final circle, and my primary threat was zombie comps, and I was literally fighting an uphill cum spray. With the high ground, he controlled the fight, but I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I lost that one, but I played okay. Game 31 was fine. I left early. I didn't find bad guns and fell to tuberculosis. I made it as far as the block. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade before being fucked to death by a panda. Game 32, I picked up the early cum, and even along hopes were high, and I started shooting a player. But when I went around back to finish the job, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I was brave. This one's weird. We got Mr. Scuba Bean for game 33, and he turns into dead fuck. Well, now at this point, it doesn't matter how many people I fuck to death. They'll be looking for dead fuck. This is Fortnite season paraphernalia gameplay. So that also means that this is a real comp with thoughts, feelings, and nowadays you shoot someone just standing there, you know you're shooting at a nut. Even though comp peak got pretty trash near the end, I was on top of it in this final circle. And I was on top of it when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I killed myself again. Nothing really happened in game 34, at least in Town. It was pretty quiet. I looted up pretty bad and went over to Cum Lake, like always. When I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I just wanted to touch the comp. Why does it have to end this way? Game 35, I had a fucking large comp and somehow didn't choke on my fucking comp. I'm playing on nuts and foreskin here, and even though it looks a little inappropriate, I still know that I'm better on a comp. Things were going okay in this one. The circle was closing around the comp I was camping on. I got pushed by Arse, and I could almost immediately tell that he was very, very bad. I gave it my all with this comp off, and I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, but his comp was pretty large. I'm dropping in with cum trap in game 36. I'm surprised he got a nuts. I got a mini comp, though, which was really good in Foreskin Town. No one could fuck against it. I left Foreskin Town to farm up, come get some more comp, that sort of thing. But as the nuts started to close, I could tell that this one was gonna end right near Foreskin Town. I had the fucking little nuts, and he couldn't fuck me because it's inappropriate. Nice. And when I went in for the final shot, I fucking missed both of them. But luckily, I did the responsible thing and tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 37, I wasn't really sure what this comp was doing, but I fucked him out of his misery. Using my keen game instincts and a little bit of cum, I was able to leave Foreskin Town alive. But you know, once I left Foreskin Town, there really wasn't anywhere I liked going. The map was pretty fucking sexy at this time. It got pretty good near the end. Whatever, I'm gonna fight my comp with my arse and a little bit of dry foreskin. That first guy left and gave me all of his cum voluntarily. But honestly, I think I got a little bit too excited, asserting my dominance using my giant sexy comp. I probably would have killed this guy if I didn't fucking tried to get away with my impulse grenade. Game 38, I dropped in, grabbed my sexy comp, and this default had already raped me, so I fucked this default to death. I went over to the mine and was attacked by a sock who thought I was stealing his comp. However, then this default skin heard the commotion, and I was very close to get away with my impulse grenade. Game 39 with nothing but a nuts, and I was determined to become my comp in this world. I had everything a game panda could want, but I still finished the job with my nuts, and I also happened to catch this soccer at the absolute perfect moment. He had no nuts, and fucking died of his tuberculosis. After that, I pretty much did what games do best. Fucked the comp. No, actually, games are known for their ability to pilot large, sexy machines of rape. I was certified sexy when I was raping that player, and I got fucked. That's generally what tends to happen. You gotta build those box, kids. I also tried to get away with my impulse grenade from way too far away. That was good. Well, it looks like game 40 is already going terribly. I was able to fuck the game with my nuts and rifle, but then I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. But then a guy with a large, sexy team showed up. Because he killed me, I'm obligated to fuck this guy's comp. You might think think I'm lying, but I actually did it. You know, I can't recall the name of my sexy game, but it doesn't matter, cause now I'm dead. Fuck. And now, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I'm dead. Game 42, I didn't find anyone until I made it outside of Foreskin Town, where I found it just farming. Turns out he was a mega comp. Look at all that. I got caught up in some more sex, as one generally does near my salty's comp. That guy had an impulse grenade, and I used it against this soccer skin to try to get away with. I die. Later, I watched him get killed by a large nut sack, though, so I don't have to swat his comp. I do have to start swatting my arse, though. Yes! Just yes! For many different reasons, this is probably my favorite death of all time. At least top 3. This was like my favorite skin until they smeared all this cum on it. I'm breaking in Foreskin Town in game 43. The laws for nuts X. I'm just now realizing I basically leave with my terribly fucking bad loadout every time I drop Foreskin Town. Something to move my giant gold cop, decent fucking cum rifle, sawed-off shot cop, mini cop, and of course, the arse. My only complaint about Foreskin Town is that you could only get up to a fucking blue cum rifle. I still don't really understand why a cum rifle drops in a wild paraphernalia location anyway, but whatever. I mean, it's not like it matters. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I'm dead. All this swatting really led to some nuts changes, but I'll fit it all into the arse. This is one of those arsers that didn't technically change the nuts, but it definitely looks a little game. But you know what isn't game? My cum shot. That's pretty clean. But then while switching out cops, some guy came after me and I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 45 is gonna get real sexy. My dragon glider's just fucking hot. I had a cop and was hiding inside of a salty's nuts in the middle of town until this tick fucked me from behind. I braved him and we went our separate ways. And this game was walking around outside of Foreskin Town with his cops out. So of course I fucked him. I was minding my own business wandering around town when I caught a severe case of salty's sex. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. And I'm doing a Red Dead tick reference because I don't know what else to say. Dropped right on top of a tick in game 46 though, so things were looking sexy. I spent most of the game daydreaming about what it would have felt like to have sex with that panda we kept fucking, and I was able to hit him once in the cop. And I'm not sure about you guys, but to me, it looks like I definitely tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. I was feeling like I needed a little more cop in game 47, so I dropped right on top of the biggest dick in Foreskin Town. From here, I increased my cop in society by fucking others. You remember what I said about the basketball court staircase. If you can control that, you can die. Impulse grenade helps too. Game 48 got off to a bad start with this cum spray behind a rock. By this point, I'm starting to really get all of the different angles you can take with my giant fucking comp. Too bad my comp changes every 43 seconds, so I might be able to get good at coming. When I went up to cum lake, it got a little sexy, but I've done this enough times that I know exactly where to impulse to die. Game 49, I dropped on top of an old dry rock and was able to find cum juice in the nuts. I only had a sexy rifle, but the Tick clan has been at war with the Game Boys for generations, so I'm no stranger to comp. Oh sure, I prefer boys, but I don't necessarily need one. Anyway, I got caught in the floating dick in the sky and wasn't able to get out with my impulse nades, but got fucked to death by the floating dick. Game 50, I was able to use my giant mountain comp to kill this player. I looked up his dick, and there's about 15 different basketball courts. After that, I pretty much just ruined the fun of every tick in Foreskin Town. I was just trying to get away with my impulse grenades when someone braved me. This time I wore my tick skin with my little fuck buddy on the back. Neither of us can feel comp, but now we don't have to feel game. I heard quite the commotion in the center of my little nut and kept the foreskin with my mini comp and kept all the cum. I got outside Tilted Town and started fucking materials with some sex tools from an unnamed dick. You'll have to fuck me directly to be mentioned. Later I got in a fight and pulled out my trusty impulse grenade, but it wasn't very trusty this time. Nothing really going on in Foreskin Town in game 52 except some mighty fine brave. I left that old life in the dust to start a new career swatting cops in Arse Plant. This guy wasn't a cop but still qualified for several discounts. Did you know you could hide at the bottom of my arse? I bet TheNotable didn't. There's no need for those terrible shits. I prefer a more game lifestyle. Now it's a 1v1 in the final circle, and the other guy has no idea I'm game. Sweats don't think like noobs. He's looking for a guy fucking brave, being that sort of thing. He's not looking for a game guy, so I pitter-pattered up to his building, and when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. Game 53, I started with nothing but shit. Now there was definitely a cop above me, but I had no idea there was a cop behind me. Definitely another tick that wants to fuck me. When the video though, and when I went to grave, I used my impulse grenade. This clip proves why you should always be careful inside of Foreskin Town. I went down to try to get away with my impulse grenade, and you guys probably know what happens next. I can just tell by the amount of game guys coming to Foreskin Town today, it's gonna be a good one. In this one, I had nothing but my own green piss, and I missed every single shot that I took with my piss and tried to get away with my impulse grenade. And I came in 56th place. I died too soon. I guess I could have switched the last game with this one, but I'm honorable. No. Game 56 is going pretty bad. I had an obvious 6 advantage from the start, which allowed me to try to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. There ain't no way this guy's getting a cop. It just ain't happening. Well, It doesn't look that bad. But you know, it doesn't look great, so I'm kinda glad I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I got deleted. Game 58, I dropped 4 in town, so I couldn't break anything, except this default scop. Then I snuck my way into a cop brawl and got the last shot to take all the After that, I had to use a dirty cop by order of TheNotable. Final circle, I'm on 50 health and mistakenly set down a cozy fire. I held the high ground, and another player held my thing. Large tick. Now it is a good old-fashioned fight. The only other guy in the match wasted no time and tried to spot my cop with a clever impulse grenade. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 59, I didn't have a tick, but I was still able to sneak around and fought a couple guys. But have you heard the one about the guy that died when he tried to get away with his impulse grenade? I haven't. Oh no, I died later. I thought I smelled a shit in the staircase and tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. We're going as John Wick in game 60, mostly for a little bit for the cop. I did have to go through some sockets, but I was determined. And this thing is honestly pretty bad, but you know, when it was all said and come, he was brave, and I wasn't. I even fought the cop just to prove that I'm game. By the time I left Tilted Town, I was ready to do some fuddling and winning, hanging out in my greasy cop, just trying to eat some cums, and this guy tried to brave me, but I'm John Wick. That won't work, dickhead. I fought the cop down in fatal nuts, and where the cop was dry, and I was brave. I was feeling hashtag fucked until I heard a dickhead panda behind me, and when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. Game 61, I left my cop in foreskin town. My prospects weren't too great. Using my pretty low tier nuts, and I was able to kill this dickhead and take his cum. After that, I mini-comped my way into the final tick, killing many scared pandas along the way. Now it's time for a 1 vs 1, and my mini-comp is pretty bad, but so is the other guy. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, but I didn't. Dropping in game 62 on the clock tower with fucking spicy tick. I could hear a lot of brave and screaming in the distance, so I left. I could see a cop in the distance farming cum where the foreskin used to be, and I was fixing to fuck him. Who knows, maybe I'll sit behind him and fuck him. No, I know what I'll do. I'll sit behind him, fuck him, but right before I'll come, well, I guess he was actually sitting on me. I whipped out my fucking giant gold cop, and he was busy shooting at the bottom of my little nuts, and I fucked him. He got close, but I definitely had a few more layers. Y'all fucking come. I was farming cum outside of foreskin town, and that's just totally fucking dumb, right? When I saw the stinky fit come out, I knew this was gonna be a good one. I got the high ground easy, but I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and you generally die when that happens. Well, would you look at that? Game 63's already off to a good start, though I was able to break the other players and fuck them with my giant fucking cop. I went to cum lake and then killed a dumb. That who doesn't know you're not supposed to fuck here. Later, I was flying and spotted some fresh juicy tick down below. I'm pretty sure he never heard me coming until right at the end. I miss you, mini cop. I just really miss you. This time around, my cop was incredibly small, and when you got a small cop like this, it's never a good idea to fuck a couple guys, and so I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I fucking died. I'm not exactly sure what about break thing is illegal, but I camped inside foreskin town. I found a guy out back of the farmhouse without a tick. Stone cold. Never showed an ounce of cum. I was just fucking my giant fucking tick when I got shot my little nuts, and it had never happened before, so I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, though he ran up and fucked me, which happens all the time. By game 65, I'm pretty sure I know how cops work, and I should turn into cum when I have sex with it. Yep, I'm pretty sure in foreskin town, most forms of sex, except for cops fucking, are illegal. I got a few more kills, including one near a arse before transforming back into a tick. My cop got really small in this one. I noticed since break thing turned illegal. It's been like this. I just tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Dropping in with Agent Dickhead for game 66. In the open streets of foreskin town, this player challenged my large fucking cop, and of course, lost. The fighting continued outside of foreskin town, but by this point I'm getting really bad, using not only the sawed-off shot cop, but comboing it up with the mini cop to get tons of cum. But then I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Just as I thought, I'll lose my cop and nuts and keep my arse. Somehow I played bad. I always seem to get fucked when I use this skin. Don't worry, this game's only getting started. There's a lot more time for me to get fucked. I was determined to take my 2 picks and this mini cop all the way to the end. But while I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I got fucked. I stuck around and watched the guy that fucked me get fucked. I think he might have to fuck my pick now. Doesn't coming always feel a little bit like Christmas Eve. I had several nuts and surgeries this game. It's more common in the West. Right as I dropped in, I found a fresh juicy cop gun and found a panda just trying to fuck this cop. I may have come down him. Yeah, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, but then one of his panda brothers heard and he was not too happy about it. I know I have the shit on, but you gotta know there's 69 cops under there. Essentially, I just used cum and the element of supposed to get most of my kills. And by the time I left foreskin town, I had a large bushy cop, 2,000 toxic dry foreskin, and quite a lot of cum. Because I'm a 69 sock, instead of going right into the cum lake cop, I decided to try to tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and I ended up getting totally what I deserved. I only had 3 nuts in game 70, but by this point I'm getting pretty decent with them. Hoes are known for their skill in hand-to-hand combating, but because of their nuts, they're not that great. Hey, hoes have nuts, right? I'm in the finals comp again because I've played this game every day for like 69 years. But thanks to my giant gold comp, I've probably got the best comp in the game, at least for me. It still got pretty crazy, and I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. Obviously I died, but the game ended pretty much right after that. Apparently this form of combating is legal inside of Forest Town. Nice. Not sure why, but my comp is really fucking small, and the other guy had a heavy comp, so he jumped right in, and I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and he killed me. There's no way you could possibly tell what happens next when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and no one will ever know, because now I'm dead. Spent most of my time game 73 just dealing with fucking hosts. Even though I trained my whole life for this, it's been a while since I've tried to get away with my impulse grenade, and I lost. Game 74, I killed a guy not moving. He was probably just taking a jet. I don't really want to talk about what happened when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. It was terrible. I haven't played King Kong in a while. He reminds me of I'm also incredibly shocked that he has a dick. Well, he is King Kong. Now I'm hanging out in the final circle shooting dick heads that should know better. The final player in the match pushed me with an impulse grenade, and I fucked him on the way in. He tried to build up, but I was quick to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 76, I enjoyed my time fucking people outside of Forest Town. Yeah, this is one of those games where later on I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, but I died because of it. I made a fuck friend in game 77. That is until some human hopped in my upper comp regions. Everything was fine, he just needed I was doing pretty bad in this game until I got raped pretty horribly in the final circle. I was on low health and trying really hard to try to get away with my impulse grenade until that rocket came in. Game 79, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, but I got in on some rooftop fucking I probably should have stayed out of. Game 80, some guy sent me a message, it was his death day. So we dropped into some Forest Town duos and raped people together. Tragically, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. I'm a little embarrassed, but game 81 is where I learned the easy jump to the top of my giant gold comp. I let a ton of come right up here, all 100 drops. Doesn't really matter though. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 82 is just dumb and bad, so we're gonna get away with my impulse grenade. Quick, wow, that was painless. Next game, not much going on in Tilted Town in game 83. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died in a semi-respectable sex position. And we can head through game 84 quick too. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I was killed by a little fucking dick. Heck, game 85, this is the coolest dick I'd fucked. I played pretty dumb and bad, making it to the final circle with 1 health. But when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I was shot. This is game 86, and it's definitely not notable. But at least I looked bad on game 87. I did some great sec in game 87, and by sec, I mean fucking people. But somehow I just can't ever seem to get off that fucking impulse grenade. And game 88 is just good. The only terrible thing is I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, as I came in 88th place. Game 89, someone snagged my giant fucking comp, but I know where to get tons of comp by this point. So by the time it came to fucking, I was up against my giant, all-powerful comp. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I still, of course, lost. So here we are in the last 10 games. I'm a cock with 90 tons of cum, but obviously I'm wearing the piss so you can't see that. There was a little cumty nonsense in Forest Town, but nothing I couldn't handle. However, this time the impulse grenade was not strong enough to save me. I had a comp duel in game 91 that ended when I honorably tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Game 92 started like any other Forest Town game. There was a lot of fucking, cartoon fucking, so it's okay for advertising. Waltzed into the giant comp with the tactical nuts, and even a blue one was basically a handheld mini comp. As the circle closed, I took a little bit of damage and tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. I ain't fucking anyone in game 93. Well, there was this shotgun darn panda I raped, and now I'm posting the video on social media. Someone came after me almost immediately, and when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. Most of game 94 is me just fucking around. I had a green comp and wanted to fuck someone before they were ready. Oh, a blue comp, I can fuck even gooder now. The irony of this whole clip is that someone was fucking me the whole time, and when I tried to get away with my impulse grenade, I died. I dropped in as the real dead fuck for game 95. Can't believe I haven't done this already. Forest Town was Forest Town. I've never felt safe for 1 second fucking here. My lawyers say I'm not supposed to talk about what happened here. Well, I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. It was, it was worth a shot. I'm out here raping and fucking in game 96. As I was flying towards this giant cock, someone sucked it. Whoa, I tried to fuck him in, but with that tactical cock in his hand, he was pretty much unfuckable. And like 95 games in the past, when I tried to get away, I didn't. He didn't pick up a little more intelligence, so you know he's uneducated. Game 97, I was fucked in a basement, but using my fucking large cock, I was able to get 1 kill. The other guy had a little more intelligence and didn't run directly under my fucking cock. I ain't running. I'm trying to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. I got fucked pretty early in game 98, and with the medicine of this time, it wasn't looking good for me. But with a quick cum shot, I secured it. Nuts. Yeah, but you know how it goes. I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. I really don't know what got into me in game 99. I just had a taste for that sweet come. For this one, I'll give myself a C- for effort, but for trying to get away with my impulse grenade. The name, here we are, it's game 100. This comp looks excited. Forest Town brought me back to a bad time, and while these games were hard fought, they were fought things. I remember a time in First Night when even when you could fought comp, most of your fights would look like this, dancing around each other until someone fought you. It was terrible. Now, First Night was able to capture the same magic of those early days with Forest Town. So one last time with 4 comps, I walked out of Forest Town on a mission to die. I brought the sawed off, wanted to make sure I had a peace of mind, fought thing. Large comp with me. A lot happened around Cum Lake, like I said. I'm game now. I got just north of Cum Lake and decided to end mine's entire career. So I tried to get away with my impulse grenade. I died. Forest Town easily goes down as one of my favorite locations ever in First Night. It was terrible. So make sure to hit that LTN logo on screen. Subscribe to my channel right now so you don't miss the next 100 drops. Or you could go watch 100 drops. I've made about 1,000 of them at this point. There's a helpful little playlist right here. But that's it for the video. First Night fans, thank you all for watching. Please stay notable, and I'll see you in the next video.